In our last video, we talked about the farm management functions and the different types of decisions that we make as farm business managers. Today, we are going to talk about a few different tools that are going to help in this process. The one that we will not talk about today, but we will cover in a future video, is the farm business plan. But today, we are going to talk about SMART goals that are part of the planning process, SWOT analysis that's part of the control process or function, and the mission, vision, and core value statements. So, why would we want to write down goals? Writing down goals allows farm managers to go from strategic thinking to tactical thinking as part of their planning functions. You may have multiple short-term goals that need to be prioritized, or a long-term goal that can be broken down into multiple, easier to attain short-term goals. Writing goals down allows you to reflect on how each one of these goals relate to your overall mission and values, and to other goals. Goals are the first step in creating your action plan, and writing them down should help clarify if any additional resources need to be collected, such as information, labor, equipment, or financing, before actually implementing the plan. Written goals serve as a reference point for helping you make decisions and measure progress, and can also help reach consensus and align objectives with your business partners. So, what are SMART goals? SMART is an approach to writing down goals. It's best suited for short-term, also known as tactical, planning, although mid- and long-term goals can and should also be noted in your business plan. And they should be SMART as well. SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. First is specific. So your initial draft or a goal could be vague, but eventually it should turn into something more specific. This way it's more actionable. Then your goal should be measurable. So what metrics will you use to determine if you have met your goal? Then the next characteristic is attainable. Is the goal achievable within the given time frame that you're establishing and the resources available on your farm? And is the goal realistic? Goals also have to be relevant. They should align your company's longer-term objectives and abilities with the realities of your farm and the market. Finally, goals need to be timely or time-bound. When do you want to accomplish this goal by? You should note that. So that's a bit about SMART goals that are the shorter-term goals. Like I said earlier, we're also going to talk about the business plan, which is more in the longer term, so in the strategic realm of things, in a future video. So let's now move on to SWOT analysis. A SWOT analysis is part of the internal and external scanning that farm managers do on the control stage of their farm management functions. Scanning the internal and external environment allows farm managers to make short-term adjustments or reconsider long-term strategic plans. But what is a SWOT analysis? SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Strengths and weaknesses are internal factors that can influence the success of the business, while opportunities and threats are external factors. Strengths and opportunities are factors that can help your business reach success, whereas weaknesses and threats could impede or decrease that success. To help think through your strengths, ask yourself, what does my business do well? What unique resources do I have? What do others see as my strengths? Then, when thinking about your weaknesses, you can ask yourself, What could I improve? What do competitors do better than I do? Where do I have fewer resources than needed? What do I think others see as my weaknesses? To help you think about your opportunities, you can ask yourself, what are market and consumer trends? What is happening in my area that could be advantageous? When thinking of your threats, you may ask yourself, which trends could negatively affect your business or impede your success? What is happening in the area that could be disadvantageous? Do changes in technology threaten my business? What is my competition doing? Finally, before we can even go into the strategic and planning phase, we need to have clarity on what we want to achieve with the business. That is the vision. And we need to have a general idea of how this vision will be achieved. That's the mission. It may seem like all farms have similar visions and missions. However, there is something that really sets you apart, and it should be weaved throughout your planning statements. This is your core values. Core values define your organization in terms of the principles and values you or leaders will follow in carrying out the activities. Core values are what makes your business unique. So, for example, your vision may be to become a successful dairy farm business. Mission statements, on the other hand, usually begin with the word to. So a mission statement for that same business could be to provide unique and high-quality dairy products to local consumers. So it gets a little more specific. And then core values further describe your approach. For your core values, you could talk about your land stewardship philosophy. You could talk about your approach to technology, to efficiency, to caring for the environment, conservation, customer service, product quality, community, family, lifestyle, different enterprises in your farm, etc. These statements are a valuable tool to create unity within your internal team and to communicate about your business with partners and customers. So that's all for today. In the next video, we will talk about the business plan. Thanks.